And we've got air quality issues, we've got COVID-19, and that has growing classroom concerns right now. We're going to bring in one of our good friends, a Surrey secondary school teacher, Lizanne Foster. Lizanne, good morning and welcome back to BT.
Good morning, Thor.
Now, you are not going in to teach today because of some health concerns that you're going through personally. Can you tell us why?
Yes, I have asthma. I'm not young, and I have asthma, and I've twice been hospitalized because of having an asthma attack when the air quality is really bad. And it just terrifies me to, put my lungs through dealing with COVID and the impacts of wildfire smoke at the same time. I have difficulty breathing in this air, and it also, because I've been hospitalized, I've got kind of like a traumatic memory of not being able to breathe, and so I don't feel safe enough to go in.
And Lizanne, just describe to us how the air quality issue affecting all of these communities right now is just exacerbating the situation that teachers are already dealing with respect to COVID-19 and going back to school.
Yes, so there's a lot of talk amongst teachers on Facebook. This is one good thing about Facebook now is we can connect with each other. And there's, one of my colleagues is talking about, he's in a windowless classroom, and there's particulate matter and ash coming through the vents into the classroom. There are teachers talking about how terrible it was to keep kids inside all day, especially little ones that really wanted to move around. And other colleagues are wondering how it makes sense to be advised to wear masks outside, outside for the particulate matter, but not inside classrooms. So there's about, in the group that I'm in, there's teachers from about 8 lower mainland districts, and we all talk to each other, we all commiserate with each other. We try to support each other. Right now, teachers, it was great to be back because we got a lot of love from kids, but we're certainly not getting any love at all from the government at all.
And have students been voicing their concerns to you as well?
So I felt so bad. They came in, they had their masks, they were being like really, trying to be brave. But when you ask them how they are, they said, this is not safe. I don't feel safe. I'm really concerned. So it was kind of bittersweet. It was good to see them. And then there was nothing I could do, to make sense of the situation for them and to help them in any way. They were really doing the best they could. They wore their masks, they sanitized their hands, they tried to keep their distance, but they were quite anxious. A lot of my students come from multi-generational families, so they're always thinking about, their grandparents at home.
Of course, yes. And when you go back to school, when the air quality eventually improves, do you still have concerns about the lack of personal protective equipment?
Yes. As a teacher, though, I have to tell you, my job essentially is to make sense of the world to kids, right? That's what I do. They have come onto the planet, and education is supposed to make sense of the world to them. And it's really, really difficult to be in a situation where you can't make sense of the world, where the Minister of Health is saying physical distancing stops the spread and saves lives. But there's no physical distancing in classrooms in schools. And I don't know how to explain that to students. Like, are they not important? Are their teachers not important? That makes no sense. And then the education assistants are the ones also I'm really concerned about at school because they sit right next to students and they have a lot of concerns as well. So yeah, we every night we get onto Facebook and talk to each other and try to support each other because it's really difficult right now, and the wildfire smoke just takes it up to an exponential level of stress.
Of course. Well, we appreciate your time and thanks so much for the update, Lizanne. We'll check in with you at another date.
Thanks, Thor.
Okay, you have a great week. That's Lizanne Foster, a Surrey secondary school teacher. We'll be back.